Fort Wayne football fanatics, welcome into week 7 of this 2021 season. I am Blake Baker with Summit City Sports. To my left, the head coach at Northrop here, Jason Doerffler, and we are talking ahead of rivalry week, right? And this is a big rivalry coming to Spuller Stadium on Friday, one you know all about. You guys are technically the home team, but I got to ask you, because you share this stadium, does it feel like a home game when these guys come in?
Yeah, I mean, it still does for us. We do the same routine. And you know, even when we're the away team, we get out of school, we come out here, we get dressed just like normal. It's a little different, you know, because we both call it home, but yeah, we still think of ourselves as a home team.
Something unique, definitely something unique that you share that with them as well, and share the kind of hatred a little bit, I would think, with one another too. So why is this game, I'm sure you're not getting this question from your players, but I'll ask you, why is this game so meaningful for you guys?
Yeah, well, right now, we really have to find ourselves, and you know, within the context of our season, it's a big game because we had to really reassess some things after last week. We didn't play very well, and we really have to evaluate, you know, what are our goals here, and what do we want to get out of these last 3 weeks, and it starts this week. And you know, there's added intensity obviously because of what you mentioned, but we're really worried about what we're doing and how we're preparing and how we want to finish this season out.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, in trying to find yourselves, I guess, you're searching, you're doing a lot of analysis of this team. Let me ask you, too, what about this team can get the job done on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, I think it boils down to how much heart we have, how much of a family we want to become. And those are some things that we've kind of been missing. And you know, there are reasons for that. You know, that we've had some injuries, some suspensions, some quarantines, all that. But everybody's dealing with those things. And you know, we want to be playing our best come the sectional. And we're in a unique situation with our schedule because our sectional is our final 3 games of the season. So we play Snyder this week, North next, and Dwenger after that, and that's our sectional. So it's kind of like almost like I don't want to say a preseason because these games matter a lot to us, but we want to be playing the best in a month, and you know, these next 3 weeks are a good measuring stick.
No doubt. And I want to talk about the offense a little bit specifically. I've had the pleasure of watching you guys 4 of the 6 games, I think it was, this year, and we've seen a stable of running backs, right? So when the run game's going, it seems like this offense is going. But what's the philosophy there? Like, how do you decide? Is it matchup driven? Is it play style driven? How do you decide who becomes the workhorse in a given game?
Sure. I mean, it all starts up front. All football starts up front, and we knew coming in we were going to be a little undersized up front, and we were spoiled last year with very good linemen and a very good tailback. Mm-hmm. So we are doing some things in terms of just creating better angles for our linemen because we don't have the luxury of pushing people around. We don't have the beef up there like we had last year. In terms of our running backs, Michael Neighbors has kind of stepped up and been the guy lately, and because of some of the things I mentioned earlier, yeah. And also some of the other guys, we are seeing much more of a role on defense. So you know, we go into each week with, you know, open competition at each position, but yeah, Michael has really stepped up, and we're counting on him big time this Friday.
I think he was the main guy last time I was here, and I think you expressed that to us beforehand. He delivered. So then just looking at the offense more generally, I guess, when has it been at its best this season?
When we're able to run the ball and mix the run and the pass. You know, we are not happy with where our offense is, and it's been a focus this week in practice and really all year. And you know, we got to keep getting better and better and better. And you know, we don't have much of a margin for error. We have to be very, very good all the time. And in order to go on scoring drives, you know, it feels like almost we have to be in a perfect play all the time and execute perfectly every time. And you know, we are getting better, but we're looking for some people to step up, make some big plays, and maybe alleviate some of that pressure of having to execute so perfectly every play.
Got it. Makes sense, yeah. And now flip it to the other side of the ball. Defensively, you know, Lures is the team you played last week. They run the ball, but they're a little bit more spread out, right? Snyder really likes to run the ball. What about the makeup of this defense makes you confident that they can stop this Snyder rushing attack?
So, yeah, Snyder's a physical football team. Lures is a physical football team, like you mentioned. And you know, we're happy with where our defense is, with the exception of a few games. Last week was really tough on them because we put them in such terrible positions offensively. But they're playing hard. We give some multiple looks, and we are able to get up and come to the line of scrimmage and make some plays. So it's going to be a very tough test, because Snyder prides themselves on running the football and being physical, and that's kind of what we've been focusing on all week. How tough are we, and how physical can we be, and we got to be ready for a fight.
Yeah, for sure. Tenacity, togetherness are things I'm hearing, buzzwords I'm hearing you say. But if you had to maybe pick an X factor you're kind of, focused in on, honed in on, talking to these guys about, what do you think that is that might determine the outcome of this game?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it right there. We always mention toughness and togetherness, and that's really what football boils down to, and you look at, we played Lures in last week, and that's something that they're very good at. They obviously have great talent and good players, but they fight you. They're tough, they're disciplined, and they play tremendously together. And that's what we need to get to in a short time prior to the postseason tournament. I've been happy with our week of practice so far. We got a long way to go, but we have got to do this together, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough physically and tough mentally, but I like where we're at.
Awesome. And when these two teams come together on Friday, maybe from a fan perspective, what do you think they can expect to see when Snyder comes here to town?
Yeah, I mean, from our perspective, I want to be a team that competes to the very, very end, and a team that's going to fight and claw regardless of what the scoreboard says or this or that. And as I mentioned, we didn't have that last week, and we had to do some soul searching over the weekend from top to bottom. And how bad, how much do you care? How passionate are you about this game and this team? And our kids have responded well so far, but it doesn't get any easier. And it's you never know how tough you are until being tough is your only choice. And that's really what we're looking for this week. We're gonna come out. We're gonna be ready to play. We're gonna compete to the very end.
I like that. All right, well, rivalry week coming up fast. Week 7 coming at us real fast. Jason, thank you very much. All you at home, Northrop Snyder kicks off at 7 p.m. right here at Spuller Stadium. We'll be here. Summit City Sports will be here. Hope to see you here too. Until then, on behalf of Jason Doerffler, I'm Blake Baker. We'll see you on Friday.